And when we look at the things that we as human beings do that can impact that health of those bird species, it's important for us to consider many things. The things that we do in our everyday life impact the health of our own environment and that of the birds. I think that there are things that we need to consider in our everyday life that we can do to reduce our waste, to preserve the incredible resources that we have. Things as simple as when we brush our teeth in the morning, we turn the water off in the faucet so that we're conserving water. Things like drinking songbird-friendly coffee in the morning. Songbird-friendly coffee is coffee that's been grown in the shade, and the shade in those coffee plantations provides a habitat for the birds that winter there. In our everyday life, when we choose to do things like creating habitat that invites birds and nature into our yard, that's a good thing. There are all sorts of other things that we can do when we consider the hazards that humans sometimes cause to birds. For example, if we have our cats and we allow them to linger outdoors, oftentimes these cats will catch birds. And while we may think that our kitty couldn't possibly catch a bird, they often do. And so keeping your cats indoors is the best way to remedy that situation. Other things around our household, if we look at the windows, oftentimes birds will fly through an area and see the reflection of the sky or the habitat behind them, and they don't recognize this, so they'll fly right into it. The impact either kills them instantly or they fly off to die later from internal injuries. There are things that you can do to make your window safe. Simple things like putting a decal up on your window. That helps break up the image so that the birds can actually see that something's there. If you reduce the amount of chemicals that you use on your lawn, this is a good thing because pesticides are a real issue for birds and their health. It's important for individuals to become involved in organizations that are doing things that help birds and conservation of birds. Organizations that do habitat restoration, that focus on individual bird species that may be indicator species or species in trouble. Organizations that work to look at habitat as a whole and how we can conserve that, such as the organization I work for, the American Bird Conservancy. We work with organizations like the National Audubon Society and Ducks Unlimited. It's very important for us to look at habitat as a whole because habitat is being lost every day. And this is crucial for birds to be able to have the habitat where they can find places to raise their young, find enough food and water and all of the elements that they need to survive. Without that habitat, they don't have a chance of surviving.